All right, my friends, in this video, I'm going to walk you through creating a website in Duda, duda.co, for a new podcast that I'm starting. Now, you've seen my show, Marketing Without Rules, and if you haven't, go check it out on Spotify. It's really good. We've got some really cool guests coming in here. We've got some really cool guests that have already showed up here, so check it out. But I'm starting a podcast called Faces of the Trades, and if you are someone in the home service space or in the trades, reach out. We want to have you on the show. It's a short form show. It lets you get your story out there. It gives you an awesome backlink, and that's why I'm going to build a website today using Duda. I've just purchased a domain called Faces of the Trades here, and we're going to use that for the podcast website. So I've got the domain purchase. Namecheap is my preferred domain purchasing software, domain registrar. I've got ChatGPT pulled up, and I've got, this here, right? So I'm going to go into Duda. I've logged in here, and we are going to create a new site here. I'm going to walk you through the process. It's very simple. Obviously, this is our agency one. You'll see these, these are client sites that are blurred out here. And we're going to go in and create a site. So we're going to hit create a site here. And then it's going to take us into templates. Now you're going to have access to these, and it's going to be awesome here. So we've got some landing pages to choose from. We could go musician here. I'm going to even search and see if there's a podcast template. So all templates here. I'm going to clear searches here. And I'm going to go in and find one that might make sense. So there's a bunch of different ones here that you can do. So I'm actually going to use this blog, this bicycle blog here. I think this is a great one. It's simple. I'm going to preview it here. It's simple, looks good on mobile. We'll sort that out a little bit too. And we'll just go through that and build it out. So I'm going to start building this. I'm going to call it Faces of the Trades. I'm going to start building. So it's going to go through, and it's going to, just run through this process here. And boom, just like that, you've got a thing here. Now in the agency one here, it's got some different things here, but you can just X that out. And so now we've got this blog that, again, I'm going to look at the mobile here. I'm not crazy about how the mobile looks. So we're going to play around with that a little bit. But we've got the home section, and that ultimately is all that we need for this website. So it's going to build out a bunch here. And then if you see the blog here, that is hosted on the home page. So it's a pretty simplistic website here, but we're going to go in here and we're going to start to edit this. So I'm going to call this Faces of the Trades podcast. Do that. I'm going to change the image in the background here. So again, this is very easy to do and very simple to set this process up. All right, there we go. So we're just going to pick construction. Let's try that, see what that brings up. Ooh, I like that one. Let's try that, see what that looks like. Again, I can go back in and I can do that, but it's got his face there, and I think that's valid. I can also change this here, so I can change, how that all kind of resolves. I just made that massive. We're going to change that more like that. So then you're going to go in here. So in Duda, just some basics here. You're going to go into SEO and settings. You're going to set a favicon. That's basically that image there that you see. On the website, you're going to set an image. That's the image that gets shared across the socials. I'm actually going to use that one for now. And I'm going to do this one here. And for a favicon, I'm going to leave that one for now, because I'll actually make one, but I'll come back in here and do that. Then you can go site domain here. That will be when we hook things up. Site SSL, that's the secure setup, and it's going to give you you can actually set up free websites. So we could publish this. Well, I'll actually show you. So you can publish this here. For me, it's going to bill automatically through our agency account. For you, it's going to be around $10 a month, I think, if you do this yourself. But you can actually save this, and boom, we've now got a website, right? It's not a domain that you own, but it is a domain. And I'm actually kind of curious. I've never tested this, but you're going to come along with me for the ride. We're going to go into Ahrefs here. And I'm going to actually check this in Ahrefs. Yeah, that's a really powerful domain. So it's because it's got the .multiscreen site, and because that's Duda's setup there. But I want a domain that I own and that has value. Now, I actually haven't tried setting that up. That's an interesting concept there. But for you, for your business, you want a domain that you use so that when you go to build a site on another builder later on, you can do that. Okay, it's going to tell you a couple issues here, which you can go fix. So it's got like an AI builder in there, or like some AI feedback. So it's going to say, oh, what, you fix your meta tag, your image, your favicon, and so on. Okay. So then we're going to go back in here to this. So we looked at all of that SEO here. So you can generate your meta tags and all of that. You can also go into your business info and do that. You can connect it to Google Search Console. You can set up a page or a website so that Google doesn't crawl it. And you can go, through all of this stuff. You can do the meta description and title tag for the website. So Faces of the Trades podcast. I think I might even have a description in here that I can snag in settings. So I'm going to go grab that. Maybe. Nice. We'll just use that for now. Faces of the Trades is a podcast focused on celebrating the hard-working men and women of our country. Alrighty, so we've got that, and it just automatically saves. You have to republish it though for it to reflect on Google. You can go into Google Tools here. You can set up Tag Manager and Analytics. You can redirect if you need. You can set up custom code in here if you need. You can back up the site. You can change the site language. You can change the privacy settings, and have a privacy page and everything here. And then, we're going to customize this. So name of website, blah, 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 blah. So you can go in and change all of that. That is fine. You can also do cookies if you need, and so on. Then you can do forms. So I would put a form on here and do that. You can customize a 404 page and so on. That's pretty much all you need. Now, if we were to, we're going to go back to the home page here. And, eventually I'll put a contact form on here. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to get a widget here. And I'm going to look for form. So contact form, and I'm going to just pop that right down here. And then you can customize this. You can make it look prettier or not. And then you click on it. Oh, let me click out of it here. And then you can, change the fields that you want in here. You can change the design of it and so on. You can change who it goes to. So for me, I'm going to just send them to me. So that's good, and then it'll send a thank you message, which you can do. You can set up tracking and stuff. You can integrate it with Google Sheets and so on. Pretty cool stuff. Now, what we're going to do for the sake of this video here is we are going to publish this and actually hook it up to a domain. So I've done this purchased this through Namecheap. I'm going to go into manage the domain. So you're going to go to your domain registrar and hit manage. And then you're going to go to DNS or advanced DNS or whatever the case may be. And we are going to, because I published it already, I have to go back in here to the site domain. And we chose the multi-screen site here. But I'm going to change the site URL and use a domain that I already own. So then I'm going to take Faces of the Trades. I am going to, where are we here? Faces of the Trades. And then it's going to get me to basically, it has to connect this website and the domain. So it's going to give me 3 records to add. So we've got 2 at records, or 2 A records, sorry, and 1 CNAME record. So we're going to take that over here. We're going to go in here and we're going to change this from the parking page one to that correct one. I'm moving fast here, so if you need tutorials on this, we can certainly do some specifics, but no need to bore you. Now, the interesting thing with Duda is I've just launched enough sites through Duda that all the domain settings are the same with Duda. So it basically uses the same 2 A records and CNAME record there. Now, it can take a second to update. So what I do always is I let it sit for a second and then I refresh Namecheap just to try and, refresh its brain there. And then you just hit exit here and it republishes your site to Faces of the Trades. Now, so we went from nothing to a website here. From here on out, I'm just going to be tweaking it. But basically, we went from buying a domain, which I'd done seconds before I hopped on here, to picking a template, which I took a long time to pick my template, to then going in and making a few edits and launching the site. Now, yes, I'm very comfortable with the process of editing the sites. I don't do a lot of the design anymore, haven't for the last 3 years in our agency, but I'm very comfortable with going in and doing stuff. If there's some interesting, tricky stuff here, like the mobile stuff, I'm probably going to call on the team here, but I also imagine that I can, mess around here. Like I can change it so it doesn't show the thumbnail messages, which might be what I do. I can go in here. And I guess I didn't show you this before, but you can toggle in Duda between tablet, mobile, and desktop. We need to do the favicon. We need to actually populate these blogs too, right? So if you go into the blog section here in Duda, I'm going to just hide these ones. I'm going to unpublish that there. So it still exists on the site, and I can publish it later if I want. But it basically just takes it down so there's only one showing. The other thing too that we didn't do is go into the business info here. So in content here, you can go into business info. You can set up local schema. You can set up the logo. So that's as simple as it is. It's really quite simple. You can do a lot of really cool stuff with Duda, but the basics here are what I've shown you. We've gone through setting up a blog. We've gone through setting up the homepage here, which basically showcases the blog at this point. And we have had some fun with that process. So again, I'm probably going to go in here and I'm going to manage the posts. Again, we've published a blog post. Well, the last thing here, and I think it's already happened, but in the event that so I'm going to hit shift on my keyboard and refresh, so it's going to do a hard reset. And now we've got the HTTPS. So in the event that you can't get that to populate, you can come in here, you can repopulate it in here, or you can just hit up support. And ladies and gentlemen, go make some magic. And if you found this helpful, if you could just comment website design down below, that would be awesome. We'll see you on the next one.